Myntri Rangbah ke jylla konrad ke sangma menta kasgi Hiar dalade syakashnong Mukroh panlit sngewlem ye kisangut kinong shnong ka Mukroh kiba khlad hakajing syasiat yap henin kasgi Mawphor tarik haki pulit jongka Assam. Lasenran ya Myntri Rangbah da usembut Myntri Rangbah ba perstun tensong lembat kiwepat ki para menteri bagentup ya mas nyau balang dhar uma kermen sila uba reniktan lengdo tongkar uba bantedor lengdo u shongknor ka jylla Meghalaya u MLA ba medba lengdo kumjo ru uba bajop pengrop MDC u MDC jonggathany uma aibor lang shadap u MLA kamo kayaw uma nujor sungo u Deputy Commissioner Jongka West Jainte Hills uba BS Solia u Superintendent of Police West Jainte Hills u BD Marak bat kiwe ki ha sarkar. Nakaliang jongka sarkar Meghalaya lengba Myntri Rangbah do kum kadak jongka jing sewlem ya ki ba hayeng asem ki bala do no yala ki ba e bathon kala pen no marsan lak tyngka ya kawei ka long yeng jongki Rangbah ki bala syasiat yap haki pulit Assam haka Mawphor tarik unai weng araja Mawphor. Hakani kesngi lapan long ye ke jingalang balengkot hayeng jong uwa he shnong ma H Sumer kabalapan ya da uma comingson dekhar shaman jong kalabang nong pelot pangam raliang area committee haswapan yo ye ke jingkren na Myntri Rangbah la yo ru ye ke jingkren lengkot na kikat tu kat ni ki Rangbah bakan thup ya ma Thayang ma Philip Talang ma Hamboy Sumer na lor kiwe de Myntri Rangbah konrad ke sangma haba jubab halo ke jingdawa ki paitba ula kular bama u rengkat ke kenuhun menteri jong u bat ke sarkar jylla kin chimkhia ya ke ni kam ula ongru bayakini ki jing nalo ke jing syasiat yap jong sangut ki Rangbah kashnong Mukroh lasai kinle shanong ba Delhi bania kren ye kini ki jing bat menteri ki kampo yeng ke sarkar India u Amit Shah bat ula ongru ba un saya kren halo ke ni ki jing jia bat Myntri Rangbah jong ke jylla Assam ha Delhi Shua ban penkut ia ke jingkren jong u Myntri Rangbah ula kentu ia ke paitba banlong ke bayasha naba keni ke kam las nguthu ba on omla man shule mukmak hadin balami keni ke jingjia kombala tmu ban pendep ia ke jingpen beiput haki banai ke ba menshua Shua ban yo ia ke jingpen shai na Myntri Rangbah la yo ru ia ke jingkren kentu kenpam na usembut Myntri Rangbah ka jylla uba preston tensong
And so where the location will be, so we'll work on that.
With a good number of police personnel.
With a good number,
not just
absolutely.
now,
Especially at the border, so even like special force for the state, police of course a different kind of training and all those. But special force at the exit entry point itself of the border, that will prevent all these unwanted incidents in the future. And we don't want to see more innocent life of people like simply wasted like this.
Absolutely, absolutely. 45.
And that 45 days of border, since you have given the regional committee 45 days to complete the task, I mean, what happened to that, sir? Why they are not able to complete it within 45? Had that process been done within 45 days, I don't think the incident
may not happen. May not happen.
You see, we couldn't anticipate that this incident would happen. One thing is there. For 45 years, this has not been done in the serious way that we're doing it. So you have to understand that we have taken initiative. We're the first government that has actually resolved to a large extent the first 6 and going to this extent to do it. That does take time. We are pushing the bar and ensuring the limit that we push ourselves to do it as fast as possible, but it's not so simple as you'd want it. It's not like, give an appointment to something and that just happens in the days we want. It is a very complicated process. So therefore the department, in fact, he had fixed up appointment on 30th. Right, 30th? Yeah, the meeting of the regional committee was fixed up on 30th. So he's still to decide now whether we'll still go ahead or not, keeping the situation in mind. So we're looking at all of that. So these are complicated issues. What is important is that we have started the process, we have moved forward. Something that had not been done for 45 years, almost 50 years in fact now. It's been done for the first time. So you have to give us that much of space.
So
that we are committed and sincere about this.
We appreciate the steps taken by this government, in fact, under your leadership. But what happened yesterday, I think it's most unfortunate. It is a shock. I mean, we have lost.
Let me just tell you.
Just for border disputes, we have lost now around 9 lives. In Langpi, we lost 4 lives. Now, yesterday here, we have lost around 5, and some more are injured, and they are seriously injured. And God forbid.
See, we are all in this. We are on this together.
So we
are a team. At the end of the day, this is our state. We are people of Meghalaya. We are all working together. There are going to be a number of challenges we'll face. But what we have to remember is that we are all working for the same cause.
And please,
for our people.
And please,
I can assure you, we will resolve this part also. It's something that we are determined to do. And tomorrow in the meeting, when I meet Assam CM and I meet Honorable HM also, that this point will be discussed. That number one, that in all the across the border areas, wherever there are sensitive zones, we want central forces.
Yes.
We also want to make sure that there's no such incident should take place. There should be no aggression from any of the sides, any of the administration, and the people of the border area should not suffer. So these points will be brought out in the meeting tomorrow.
This area is slightly more complicated, but our commitment is equally strong to resolve it. Let me assure you that. And therefore, we will find a solution. It's not easy. For 45, 50 years, this problem has been existing. And we were not able to resolve it for whatever reason. But then, as I said, we have taken upon it ourselves that we have to resolve this. And I want to tell you that in the past, the discussions we had and the areas of, the focus in which we were able to move forward, people's will was very, very important. And I'm seeing here that the 36 villages that you've mentioned in the Khasi areas that are there, which are dominated by Khasi and Panar population, in these areas, the people have decided that they want to be with Meghalaya. So definitely we are seeing that we are starting off in the right direction. But as I said, this is a complicated discussion. After this incident that has happened, it has made it even more complicated now, because we are also very hurt with what has happened. And when we go and talk with them, and we discuss with them, it was not the same way we used to feel, 6 months, 7 months back, or even just 1 week back. So there is a bit of anger and hurt inside us also. But we will discuss. For the benefit of the people, we will discuss. We would want the central government to be with us, and that's why we are approaching the Home Minister. I'll be meeting other officials, including the National Security Advisor also. In this area, as I said, even the Prime Minister's office has taken deep interest and concern over what has happened out here. And therefore, our visit tomorrow to Delhi will be very, very crucial. And I will assure you, and I'm assuring you now, that we will make sure that the voice that you have expressed today, the concerns you've expressed today, I will ensure that in the presence of the Honorable Home Minister, and I'm told that the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam also will join us later in the meeting, after our first meeting is over with the Home Minister. And if he does join us, I will make sure that all the points that you've mentioned about this, not only this incident, but also about this whole issue that you're having out here, about how the people are economically suffering, and as you said, people don't have even medical, facilities, as you were mentioning just now. Even for medical facilities, you have to travel, and you're denied those medical facilities from that area. We will ensure that we are going to take this up. Not only that, other areas which suggestions have come that we must ensure that more manpower is there from the police side to ensure that we are able to at least provide the safety and security to our people. I assure you we will take action on that side. Also, we will also discuss with Government of India on how they should coordinate with Assam government and with Meghalaya government and ensure that no aggression should be there in this line, entire border areas. And all the aggressive forces that are there from the Assam side should also back out, and they should not be forcing and they should not be aggressive in these areas that are sensitive and this incident that has happened. So all these aspects will be discussed in the meeting today. I have come here today along with our Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, our Honorable Ministers and the Cabinet colleagues, our MDCs and other leaders to tell you that we are with you in this time of sorrow and grief, and to tell you that we are here also to ensure that action is taken. We are also here to assure you that all the steps that are required to ensure that in future these kind of things and this oppression and this kind of difficulties you're facing should not be there. And also to assure you that the border issue is one of our top priorities, and we will do everything in our capacity to ensure that we are able to resolve the border issue at the earliest. I want to assure you that. So once again, I express my condolences to all the family members. I express my condolences to the entire village, and I want to once again tell you that we are with you in this difficult times and these times of sorrow. Thank you so much. So the emotions are there. We are all very concerned, and we are all emotionally affected by seeing what has happened. And definitely there will be a reaction from some of the youths. That's something that we cannot deny. But we have to also realize that that is not always the only solution, and that is not always the only path that's there in front of us. And hence that we have to realize that ultimately to be able to achieve the development, achieve the peace, and achieve the overall goals that we have, there are certain ways that we can do this. And today in the democratic process, and the government, there are many ways, and therefore we should ensure that violence should not be the way forward to find solutions to this. We are all upset, we are all angry about what has happened, but we will ensure that justice is done, and we'll also ensure that in the long run, the entire issue of this border issue, which is at the crux of all this tension that is always building up here, should be resolved at the earliest. And of course, incidents obviously, are critical and are important from all angles. But the peace talks with the HNLC are different. The incident out here that has happened is different, though of course it is within the state. It does concern all of us. Sorry, the smoke. It does concern all of us. But as I said, the peace talks is something that is completely different, and we will ensure that that also moves forward in the right direction. But as I said, that we have already instituted a special investigation team, SIT, which will be headed by the DIG of the Eastern Range, and we have been, in fact, instructions have been given that they should investigate at the earliest and ensure that proper and swift action is taken. And as I mentioned, that we have also discussed, I have discussed with CM of Assam that this incident, we are going to ask Government of India that a central agency should investigate in this. Either NIA or CBI should inquire and investigate in this. And Assam government has agreed that they will cooperate, and they will also ask Government of India that central agency should investigate. So that is the status as of now. But we will ensure that investigation moves swiftly.